Well, our thing is how we work and how we operate. It must make business sense on our side.
Let me get to you, because I understand that you have retired. You're 50-0. You walked away from the game. You made a lot of money, but you did make news sometime last year when people were talking about you returning. Now, you're 43 years old, okay? I want to know where your head is at as it pertains to you.
Well, whatever reason it is that they want to see you, that reason is why you money. It's not that you just deserve the money, because it's hard to do.
Right.
I have never encountered an athlete who, number one, flaunts his wealth the way Floyd flaunts his wealth, and who, number two, is so blindly full of himself to the fault of those who did pave the way. He did acknowledge that much, so I appreciate that much.
The man who once proudly declared himself the greatest of all time is now facing serious challenges. Floyd Mayweather has become the focus of a major controversy, with accusations of involvement in scams and reports suggesting he could be nearing significant financial trouble.
Never cried, never complained. Just worked hard to get to where I got to in life. It's been hard work.
When Floyd Mayweather shifted his image from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, his entire public persona changed. He was no longer viewed as just a technically gifted boxer with elite defensive skills. Instead, he positioned himself as the ultimate symbol of wealth and luxury. The focus moved from purely chasing boxing greatness to showcasing his fortune, with earning and displaying money becoming central to his identity.
If you want to look at guys that never got hit, Floyd went his entire career, got hit hard like 3 or 4 times, ever.
Yeah. When he fought Diego Chico Corrales, which was one of my favorite all-time fights, you know, because it was like there was nothing for Diego to hit, and then all of a sudden he just bounced in his face, bop, left hook from like 5 feet away. That's a Mayweather that I think nobody could possibly maybe beat.
That was the Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. That was before he became Money Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather built a powerful personal brand focused on wealth and luxury. The spotlight shifted away from his elite defensive skills in the ring and toward his extravagant lifestyle, where he earned massive paydays from every fight and rose to become one of the richest athletes in the world.
It's just complete genius.
Yes.
First of all, from just changing his style, right? He broke his hands a lot. So when he was younger, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah.
And then he changes his name to Money. And when he changes his name to Money, he turns heel.
Yeah.
He became like this guy and everybody wanted to see him get beat.
Yeah.
And he's the most unhittable guy in the history of the sport.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's interesting when fighters figure out ways to do that too, like what Floyd is doing. What Floyd is doing is so interesting. He retires from fighting and he says, I'll just start boxing people who have no chance.
Hey, Floyd Mayweather started out earning roughly $3 million per fight. Everything changed when he made the bold decision to go independent. That move took his income to an entirely new level and put him on a path toward billions, eventually making him one of the highest paid athletes in the world. By stepping away from traditional promoters and handling his career outside the usual boxing system, he built a financial legacy that stood above the rest.
Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, and you won't believe why. Early in his career, Floyd partnered with a fight promoter where he was making $3 million a fight, but he wasn't satisfied. He thought he could make way more with pay-per-view and wanted out of his contract. So he bet on himself and paid his manager $750,000 to get out. And you won't believe what happened next, so drop a follow. This would prove to be a huge win for Floyd, and after going independent, he made nearly $1 billion and became the highest paid athlete in the world.
However, along with his massive wealth came personal challenges. Floyd Mayweather's father explained that before Floyd became rich, they rarely had serious disagreements. But once the millions started coming in, their relationship began to feel the strain as Floyd spent money more freely. Luxury cars, properties, and high-end purchases became a major focus. This shift in priorities created tension between them. His father believes that when money enters the picture, people often begin to change.
We have never had an argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all all this about now? I'm just saying, you know. And we never had no argument. All of a sudden, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, hey, when people get, it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. You know, if sometimes when people get money.
As Floyd Mayweather's wealth grew, so did his confidence, often viewed by others as arrogance. This change in his personality reportedly caused him to drift away from many close relationships, including longtime friends. Mike Tyson openly criticized this behavior, saying there was nothing admirable about that kind of attitude. He stressed that Floyd needed to stay grounded and keep his ego in check, especially considering the level of wealth he had reached.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Floyd Mayweather's close friendship with 50 Cent was once one of the most talked about bonds in the entertainment world. But as Floyd's wealth continued to grow, cracks began to appear in their relationship. According to 50 Cent, Floyd's intense focus on money became difficult to deal with. Reports suggest Floyd even told him that he never asked for his help, despite their long-standing connection. The fallout was largely attributed to Floyd's obsession with wealth, which seemed to overshadow his legacy and distance him from those who had supported him from the beginning.
I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail. Right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh man.
He said something to me one time, very simple. He said, "What a prize fighter fight for?" And I'm like, and he said, "The prize." So it's okay for you to watch the fight. Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose.
Right.
Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no, like the people's champ, like Ali was standing for the same things.
Right.
The audience was standing for. He doesn't have any of that. It's just money. You know what I'm saying? And that, he knows you don't like him.
Floyd Mayweather also parted ways with one of his most promising proteges, boxer Gervonta Davis, who felt he was being taken advantage of. Davis claimed that Floyd often placed him in situations where he had to rely on him. Despite the money Davis generated from his fights, he believed he wasn't being paid fairly, which ultimately led him to walk away from the relationship.
Or I'm gonna be back asking you for money. Nah, why would I do that? I give her a couple dollars. I take some, whatever, whenever you need some money. You feel me? But when I was legit to be able to get out the hood, that's what I did.
Like, I had to learn that coming up, that like, a motherfucker will put you in a position to always need him. And like, to the world, it might look like that's a great person. But like, to somebody to understand, you understand like what Kendrick Lamar say? Nah, that's a master manipulator. Like, cause if I gotta put you in a position that you always need me, you always gotta, I'm gonna just give you crumbs. And we hear it a lot. Like if I'm a, like what's $1,000? You know what I'm trying to say? But to you who don't have it is a lot. And I know you gonna go to war for that $1,000. So me understanding that $48 of plot power, I'ma always feed you a little bit so you can be excited and do just enough to come back around.
But I ain't really, just put me in a position to be able to, you know, make my own thing. And I don't want to say no name, but they wind up catching it. The people that's over top of me, I mean, like, I was signed to him, and Floyd signed to him. So the person that, he said, okay, cool, I see what's going on. That's when he started taking over my career.
That's when he began taking control of my career, Gervonta Davis said. He also criticized Floyd Mayweather, claiming he struggled to accept anyone surpassing him, becoming jealous of fighters who earned more or were viewed as greater. Davis even alleged that Floyd went as far as saying Muhammad Ali wasn't better than him.
I'm ready to say this. Out of all these guys in the history of boxing,
yes,
I've accomplished more than every fighter in the history of boxing.
Okay, Ali.
Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali when he only had 7 fights.
Yes.
And if we really tell the truth, if we really tell the truth,
well, that's what you're here for. You here to tell the truth.
What's the heavyweight guy that Ali fought 3 times? Ken Norton, actually.
Ken Norton.
Ken Norton really beat Ali all 3 times. Go back and look at the fights. I mean, we just telling the truth. And I love Ali, of course.
Mayweather's confidence didn't just affect his relationships. It also shaped how the public viewed him. He openly displayed his wealth, and that only added to the criticism he faced. His constant showcasing of a luxury lifestyle, combined with controversial statements, made him one of the most polarizing figures in boxing. Comments about being the greatest, regardless of others' achievements, further strengthened the negative perception many people had of him.
In all of my career, I have never encountered an athlete who, number one, flaunts his wealth the way Floyd flaunts his wealth, and who, number two, is so blindly full of himself to the fault of those who did pave the way. He did acknowledge that much, so I appreciate that much. But the way he just blithely scoffed at Ali's accomplishments, it wasn't just disrespectful, Stephen A. Smith. It was flat out blasphemous. Now, to your credit, you did go back at him. You can't, okay, and to Floyd's credit, you know what? Early in Ali's career, he did get dropped. Not by Burt Cooper, by Henry Cooper in London. He fought him twice in London. And he did get dropped, and he got right back up and won the fight.
All right, everyone. Stay up to date with the latest in boxing, news, highlights, events, and stories. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Don't forget to check out our other videos as well. Until next time, take care and stay safe.